Right, greetings. So today we're going to look at byte strings, right? So this is a different type of string. This is not a regular string. Regular strings and byte strings are very, very, very different. All right. So when we talk about byte strings, what are they? What are they? Right? Byte string. So this right here, this is a byte string. Get this all out the way. This right here is a byte string, right? It's like a string. It could start as a regular string, right? But it has the B, this B right in front of it, just to represent that's a byte string. Don't write it like anything else. This is how we write byte strings, right? And we use them for encryption. So anytime we want to do some encryption, anytime we're working with encoding, okay, with whether we're working with encryption, whether we're working with hashing, we want to use byte strings, right? Byte strings. And according to these examples right here, right? According to the examples right here, right? They're mostly used for passwords. Right? So if you're going to take this example right here and paste as such, you can run, right? We take this, we take the password, right? And we want to turn it to base 64 encoding, right? Or encryption. Right? We're going to take that. And we're going to take our string, right, in bytes. We're going to write out a byte string, and we're going to convert it as such with this function. Go ahead. Strings, right? Now we get a base 64. Now we get our base 64 string, right? So we try to modify this a bit. Right, and now we get something new again, all right? And now we take that base 64, right? We want to it with hex instead of base 64. Right, and we want to turn it to hex instead of base 64. This is what we get, right? And we get bytes. And now the same way if you want to decrypt, right? Say now you want to get the password back. Yes. Yes. Now, say if you want to get our original straight back. Oh, right. We got to use the encrypted password here. Okay, let's do it again. D2A hack, right? D2A hex, and then A2B. Right. So now, right, we want to do encrypt and then decrypt, right? This what it looks like in base 64, and this was it decrypted. All right, let's just comment that out so you can see it better. Right, this is it in base 64. This is encrypted. This is in hexadecimal, and this one again encrypted. And how you could tell by base and hexadecimal, base 64, it has all the characters really in the alphabet. So you see this X, you see this F, you see V, C, M, uppercase, lowercase, and usually you're going to see the equal sign. But the teller is you see all the characters of the alphabet. How to know something's in hex, right? You're just going to see numbers and lowercase a through F. You're not going to see as much. So if you see less characters, just think it's hex. If you see all the characters in the alphabet, you can go ahead and assume it's base 64, right? And bin ASCII is one of the libraries that we use, as well as if we show you another one, import hashlib, right? And then we take our password, right? And we try to say, we want to print out the MD5, right? MD5, my password, right? And we go ahead and print that. Right, we get that hash, right? And we get the hash, and then we go ahead and do hex digest in order to see what that hash looks like, right? We get a hash. We could get a hash object. In hash, we can't decode it, right? And then the hashing goes one way. So this is how to use the bit ASCII library. And now, see if we want to say if we decoded, right? If we decoded our original password and we want to get a string back, right? Say for example, right? We decoded our password and now we need this to be a regular string, right? We're going to do, in order to convert, right? We're going to say original pass. We're going to set pass str dot decode ee, right? Then we're going to print out the password, right? And now we get it as a string, right? And now if you want we want to encode it back to bytes, so you will just take this password string and encode, right? And now if you take a look at what a byte pass variable is, we get our bytes back, right? So another way I said about functions, right? This is the return. So a byte string is at the return, is within the return of this encode function, and a regular string is at the return of this decode function. All right, so that is byte strings. That is how we convert. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to write simply 5 byte strings, set variables equal to 5 byte strings, and go ahead and encode them and decode them, and see how they work. Okay, if you get errors, just try to switch up the functions that you use, and you'll get it to work fine. If you want to go further ahead, you could just start using this bin ASCII, hashlib, and use the examples that I have